Shalom. I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi. This your brother Rawchaa here at the church in Birmingham, Alabama, coming at you with another lesson. Lord willing is edifying. In this lesson, you just want to touch on how family is going to be a catalyst to a lot of Jake taking the chip. You know, they're not going to be in that mindset of if I take this, I will be destroyed. You know, and that's why the scriptures plainly say that you must separate yourselves. You know, touch not the unclean thing, and the Lord will accept us. Matter of fact, it's that 2 Corinthians chapter 6. Let me see. Yep, let's start at verse 14. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, right? Don't be yoked together with unbelievers, man. You know, they're not gonna subscribe to your faith, your understanding that Yahawashi has given us in the last days. You know, it says, "For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness?" Right? Light does not mix with darkness. In fact, when the light is shining, the darkness flees away. So don't associate yourself with the people of this world, man. And that includes your family. Now, if your wife, you know, be how does the scripture say? Be meat, paraphrasing, to dwell with you. Yeah, don't cause no damn ruckus, you know. Just hey, keep the status quo, man. If she be pleased to dwell with you, hey, keep it how it is, man. You know. It says, "And what concord hath Hamashiach with Belial? Or what part hath he that believeth with the infidel?" See? We know an infidel is what? An unbeliever. You know? "And what agreement have the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as the Most High hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people." So even with that understanding, why are you trying to associate with old family members that's still in the world, man? You know? That's going to be that gateway. You know, one of the gateways to these people taking the chip. You know? The baby going to be hungry. The woman going to be in the man ear talking that shit. You know? And she's going to influence him to go down there and go get that C-hip. Go get C-hip, man. Go get microchip. You know? And the reward, you're going to be burned the hell up, man. You see? And this is the point of verse 17. It says, "Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you." Right? Yeah. You got to come out from this place, man. And that starts mentally, but it's going to be a time where it's going to be a physical work, man. Let's go back to 1 John. 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." See that? So essentially, the Lord don't love you if you love this world, man. You know? You have to have a genuine hate for the wickedness that's ruling over the planet Earth right now, man. Okay? And it ain't gonna be fabricated. Now it's gonna be a natural hate. You know, you're gonna hate your life. You're gonna hate the dealings, the entertainment of this world. Of course, we have a little bit of levity here and there, but for the most part, this place is wicked as fuck, man. And you're not gonna be with it. And guess what? Your family, they don't see it as that. You know, your family don't see it as a detestable thing. You know, they want it to continue. It says, if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And we see that on display more and more, man. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. You know, through these TikToks, these people doing selfies, exalting themselves. You know, well, that's of the world. That's not of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, it says, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but they that do of the will of the Most High abideth forever. See? So eventually this place is going to pass away with a great noise. Okay? But preceding that is going to be a series of plagues, you know, and that micro C-help being made mandatory. And again, the ones who gonna take it are gonna fall weak to it, man. The Lord already has them ordained to do that. But again, that family aspect, you know, these guys gonna be looking at looking in the face of the children, hadn't ate in a couple of hours. Just take it, Daddy. We need something to eat. You know? Or the cackling hen in his ear. You gonna let us starve? You gonna let us not eat nothing? I'm gonna go down there and take it. We gonna eat. And you ain't able to eat nothing what we eat. You know? Yeah. And then what Jake gonna do? Jake just gonna goddamn concede, man. You know? Matter of fact. Let's go to Exodus. And that's the spirit. Exodus chapter 21. See, ordinance for the people. See, Esau has the words of Yahawashi, but he cast them away. You know, he tried and so-called stick to certain legislation, all right, and shun others. But this is one that he knows about, man. Okay, this is Exodus chapter 21 and verse 1. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years shall he serve, and in the 7th he shall go out. And in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons and daughters, sons or daughters, the wife and the children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And we can see that in this wicked ass system, man, that our wives and children ain't ours, man. Why? Because they are part of this world. You know? It says, and if that servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, see that? I will not go out free. And that's what Jake gonna say, man. When he succumbed to goddamn going in those fucking chip lines and shit. You know? You gonna be like, man, I don't want to take it, but shit, how we gonna eat? So you gonna be ye of little faith, man. And see, man, that's gonna be a heavy time in prophecy. Because Jake gonna goddamn go down there and take that C-help. Because why? Because of your fucking family, man. It says, then his master, let's read this again, verse 5. And if the servant shall plainly say, yeah, you gonna go down and take that bitch. Right? I love my master, my wife, and my children. I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl. Yeah, that awl is a instrument to a sharp point. Basically, it's a Horrocks, man. A pale, a stake, a palisade. You know, it says bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. See that? So once you are micro C-Hip, man, you're gonna be a perpetual slave to Esau, man. You know? But the ones who forsake this place, man, the Lord said you're gonna have back 100-fold. Let's grab that. So fret not if you lose family members on this side. You know? The Lord is gonna give us all that back, man. See, it's a reward, see? The disciples' reward. St. Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahawashi said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye, which shall follow me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So it's a reward, man. Okay? The Lord didn't shy in giving Peter the answer. No, he broke it clearly. He broke it down clearly. Right? You're going to be in rulership. It says that every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, see, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. See that? Yeah, the ones who resist taking that micro C-Hip, you know, that you don't hearken to the voice of your woman, man, you know, or your children trying to influence you to take that thing, you know. So yeah, you're gonna get all that back 100-fold. Remember the story of Job? He received more in the end than at the beginning, man. You see? So it's a reward for basically listening to sound counsel, man. You know? Revelation chapter 15 and verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. Yeah, these 7 last plagues, 7 meaning what? Completion. Is when that thermonuclear fire is shot out, man. Okay? And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. See that? And them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, see? And over the number of his name, stand upon the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. So basically they was on the chariot, you know, in the ozone layer, above the ozone layer, looking at America being burned the hell up, man. Hit with those 200 million missiles, you know, at 200,000. So yeah, that's the reward, man. Salvation, you know, for not taking that micro C-Hip. Okay? And again, your family is going to be a gateway to that, man. You know? A lot of Jake gonna fall because of family, man. You see? So I pray this has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders great millstone. Lord willing, coming next you another lesson. Till the next time I say, Shalom. Hey, don't take it. Shalom.